So today I want to share with you Mary Bravebird's second memoir, Ohitika Woman. Her first memoir was Lakota Woman, which I reviewed here. Now that book she published under the name Mary Crow Dog because she was at the time married to Leonard Crow Dog, so that was her married name. Bravebird is her own name. It's not her remarried name or her maiden name. It is a title that was given to her by her community. Ohitika Woman starts with Mary half dead after a car accident where she was driving drunk on purpose in a crazed, almost suicidal frenzy. And immediately I was struck with her honesty, and that's something that carries throughout the entire book. She is brutally honest about her faults and her shortcomings, her struggles with addiction, her worries about how she takes care of her kids as a wife, as later a single mother. And so that was a part of this book that I was impressed with, but was also challenged by. The book also takes a lot of time talking about her religion. So when she was married to Leonard Crow Dog, she took a very active role in the Native American church, which is a church that was founded after colonization that takes a lot of aspects of Native religions and brings it into a cohesive whole, which I didn't really know. In fact, this was very educational for me about how the church works and what her beliefs are. She describes many of the sacred ceremonies, sacred objects, and that part was really interesting. In fact, this book, if you read Lakota Woman, she talks a little bit about her religion there too. She talks a lot more about Indian rights. Ohitika Woman is more Mary's story and less the story of the movement as a whole. She talks about her personal experiences, her struggles, and I found myself going from feeling like this story was so familiar. She sounds just like every person I've met who's lived in poverty, which are mostly white people. And I thought, my goodness, it's the same. This is such a familiar voice speaking to me. And then the next paragraph, I would be like, oh my goodness, this is so different. This is so foreign to me. And so I found myself being pulled back and forth in that way. And I also found myself being tempted to judge Mary for her choices and decisions, and having to stop myself and suspend that judgment. It also left me wanting to learn more about Native American history and about those issues. I want to hear more voices from that community because I felt like this book in particular is a little less careful about making assumptions and accusations. She really just puts it out there. If she thinks somebody's corrupt, she says it. If she thinks the deck is stacked against her, she says it. And she doesn't always back everything up with evidence. And because that wasn't my experience, I came away from this book feeling like I needed to read more and learn more and not just take things at face value. So I think on Goodreads I gave it 3 stars, which means I liked it. It wasn't amazing, but I liked it. But I wanted to do a video because a lot of you watched my video on Lakota Woman and might be tempted to pick this book up, and you should. If you liked Lakota Woman, it's great to hear more about Mary's story. If you're looking for your first book to learn about the American Indian movement, the Native American church, and issues applicable to American Indians today, this probably wouldn't be my very first pick, but if you're familiar with the issues, it's a wonderful memoir.